Hey, what's going on everybody? My name is Francisco and today we're going to be showcasing how I do my number 4 bald fades. To start it off, you're going to grab your number 4, lever closed. And we're just going to be running that all the way at the top of the head. I like to use my Wall Seniors cordless just because of the power it has. With one stroke you can pretty much get all the hairs with the number 4. Make sure you go and tackle all the different angles of the head. Sometimes hair grows in different hair patterns, so make sure you always go against the grain to ensure all the hairs are number 4. Then right here I like to grab my wall retros to set in my first guideline. I like using this trimmer just because it's not super sharp. It doesn't leave as harsh of a line. Because one of the problems with fading hair is trying to get that trimmer line out. So I like to use a blade that's not super sharp. That way all my lines are nice and soft, easier to blend in. My next step would be grabbing my Oster's Model 10. These are beasts. These clippers, if you own one, you know what I'm talking about. These will take down any hair, any length, whatever the coarse, whatever the texture, it will take it down. And I like to use these just because of how clean it makes my fades look. So for my initial debulking of the hair, I use my Oster's, sometimes my number 2, but for this particular haircut I use my 1.5. And investing in your clippers is key, I'm telling you. When I first started, I cheaped out on my clippers. And then when I first got my first real clipper, I guess, my first expensive clipper, it was definitely worth it, man. The quality is, you can't compare it. Then we're gonna go ahead with our lever open and go in about ½ an inch. This ensures enough space when you're fading in from your bald line. And then to blend that out, we're going to close the lever. And slowly bring it up as we get up on the fade. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you see that I use a lot of corners whenever I use my clippers. Fading like this is honestly the best for me, just because it helps me maintain the gradiency. I can control how dark the haircut can be, and I'm not worried about taking too much hair at a time. Then I like to go a little bit at a time, attacking that line, just kind of breaking it up and slowly fading it in. And then you want to grab your number 1 guard and lever open. And I don't really make a guideline at this point, just because I know I started with a 1.5. I'm just making it lighter and then slowly blending it in. as you guys can see, it's slowly starting to blend, even without the use of a 0 guard or a half guard. But I'm gonna go ahead and slap that on. And I like to leave it a little bit open or halfway open, and then just use the corners to really clean up the fade a little bit. At this point, it's more detailing. And when it comes to detailing, I like to take my time and really put in the work. I probably spend like 5-10 minutes extra on detailing, just because I know how much more it can impact my haircuts by the end of it. And then right here, it's just gonna be the same process, man. Just repeat the same process on the other side. Pretty simple. And when you're fading in, you don't want to be scared playing with the lever. Sometimes hair grows different. You gotta go a little bit lower than you did on the other side. So don't be afraid to play with the lever and really just fade it in. Look for those dark spots and just blend them in. I like to hit it with a little bit of clipper over comb, just to kind of blend it in with the top. Then over here is pretty self-explanatory. We're just taking down the bottom portion of the hair, just kind of cleaning it up. Then you want to grab your balder. I like to use my bronze shavers. Just because they're so clean, man. Honestly, these are worth the price. Then with your lineup, I like to start in the middle and kind of use that as a guide on both sides, just to ensure that my lineup is straight. Sometimes I would take a step back and just really look at it at different angles, just to make sure that the line you're putting on there is straight. And don't push it back. That's honestly everybody's worst nightmare. Pushed up line back. Just do some light taps with your trimmer. Try to follow the natural hairline as much as possible. You should be good. If you guys take a quick look here, I'm really detailing in that angle over there between the hairlines. Make that sharp and just makes everything look sharp. So make sure you take your time when you're lining somebody up. And to finish off the haircut, we're going to be using a straight razor. You want to be very careful when using the straight razor. Make sure you do small, consistent strokes and really stretch that skin to avoid cutting your clients. my man Tyler came in looking like this to leave in with that blurry fade. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you guys like these kind of contents, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, comment, share, and all that jazz. And now stay tuned for future tutorials. Like always, stay safe and God bless.